Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Miyuko and welcome to my channel where we talk about tech, career, and life. So today we're going to be talking about what I think is the most important skill in software engineering. I'm making this video because I really wish that someone told me this when I was starting off as a software engineer, because I think it could have better directed my efforts and given me some direction. And maybe for you, this will also get rid of some imposter syndrome. Anyways, I'm gonna change it up and tell you what I think it is from the get-go. Also because I feel a little bit guilty from the clickbait title. We'll compare it to the two skills that other people think are the most important, and in the process help you to understand where I'm coming from and why I think the way that I do. So, without further ado, drum roll please. I think the most important skill in software engineering is learning how to learn. Yes, it is. And I know this sounds a little bit like the whole, if you could have 3 wishes, what would it be? And you answer, my first wish would be to have infinite wishes. It also sounds like something that people already know how to do naturally. But hear me out. So yes, learning how to learn is something that you already know how to do, but to an extent. Because when we're thinking about learning stuff with regards to software engineering, it's not necessarily an easy task. It's easy to procrastinate, be unmotivated, get stuck, or just get completely lost. Honing this skill allows you to whip past any of those blockers and unlocks so much potential in you to climb any mountain ahead and learn whatever you'd like. So yes, my answer is a little bit of a I would have infinite wishes kind of thing because duh, it's like the best choice. Anyway, some people might disagree with me on the most important skill in software engineering, and there is a lot of conflicting advice on the internet. But I mean, in reality, software engineering just requires a lot of different skills in order to do the job well. The first of which, people might argue, are technical skills. I think this actually encompasses a general group of a lot of skills, like the ability to write well-structured and testable code, or design resilient and extensible architecture, or it's to have a firm grasp on whatever technology is the new hotness that year. So yeah, I think a lot of people on the internet might argue that this is the most important one. And I'm not saying that technical skills aren't an important skill, in fact they're kind of vital when you're writing code, but I just don't think it's the most important. For one, technologies are always changing all the frickin' time. Yes, at the end of the day, technical skills enable programmers to write code that produce results, but rarely are we ever writing the same kind of code every 5 years, nor are we even writing the same programs every single day. New languages, frameworks, architectures, tools are being born and reinvented every single year. So it's true that software engineers need to stay up to date with new technologies in order to unlock potential and stay relevant. So I think it's less about the technology itself and more about learning what you don't know that's more important. Secondly, while we're on the topic of technical skills, no one knows everything. But because of the fact that tech is always changing, not to mention there's literally so much to learn, I don't think it's realistic nor healthy to solely strive towards technical mastery. And technical skills alone don't make you a great software engineer anyways. I think that the tech industry has overvalued coding skills for quite some time now, but it has to exist with an aptitude of communication and empathy in order for those technical skills to be worthwhile and valuable. So, compared to technical skills, I think learning how to learn is a more worthwhile skill, because working on this actually allows you to attain those technical skills in an easier and efficient way. Because when you're learning how to learn a new technology, you'll get really good at reading documentation. And you just get really good at getting a grasp on any technology, even if there isn't a paved road of beautiful tutorials in front of you, which, like, let's face it, is about 90% of learning a new technology. And speaking of learning how to learn and technical skills, the sponsor for today's video is Brilliant. They're a website that has a bunch of courses in the sciences. Their courses are all interactive, breaking down complex topics with great visuals, teaching you how to think and learn. Why not take a course on Brilliant and start your journey and learning how to learn today by going to brilliant.org/HelloMayuko and sign up for free. And the first 200 people to go to that link will get 20% off of the annual premium subscription. The link is also in the description box down below, and Brilliant, thank you for sponsoring. Now, let's get back to the video. All right, so we talked about technical skills. Now let's go to what some would consider the opposite end of the spectrum, communication skills. Now, I actually think that the industry is starting to embrace this as the most important skill. After all, no one wants to work with a brilliant jerk who might be great at coding but is totally unpleasant to work with. I know I don't. And I think communication skills are harder to teach than technical skills. So a lot of companies are introducing or have had behavioral style interviews in order to gauge a candidate's communication abilities. And again, I'm not saying the communication skills aren't important. Doing it well enables smooth and efficient execution, as well as improving yours and others' quality of life at work. And it's something that I think everyone should always be working on as a skill. But in order to communicate well, you have to be good at learning how to communicate well. Because in reality, no one is perfect at it. I don't even think a concept of perfection exists when we're talking about this. It's more of an art than a science, and different communities and settings have different standards on what good communication is. I mean, just think of all the cultural and language differences there are in communication. We're all constantly learning on how to be good communicators in lots of different settings, all the while society is changing and we're changing how we communicate and what we communicate with and what words we use. So, learning how to learn here wins again. By honing that skill, you learn how to receive feedback about your communication style really well. And you also learn how to ask for feedback. You also learn how to deal with complex emotions that arise when working with other people. So yeah, I think learning how to learn is the most important software engineering skill. It's like a superpower. And in the end, I think it all comes back down to being a lifelong learner. As software engineers, our careers require us to learn lots of different things. So honing that skill, getting good at learning, is really worthwhile. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below for what you think is the most important skill for software engineers. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when my videos go live, and I will see you next time. Bye!